We think and we create. From new farming methods to new biochemicals, our intellectual property is the crucial product the university produces. You and I, we construct this institution. But how does the university as a space create us? We move from building to building without giving a second thought. In what ways has this physical space filtered, changed, and shaped the thinking that happens here? In what ways does it continue to do so? What, if anything, should we do about it? The Massachusetts Agriculture College was founded in Amherst with the passing of the Morrill Land Grant in 1863. Written by Justin Morrill and signed by Abraham Lincoln in the heat of the Civil War, the grant provided each state with enough money to buy land for a state university. An agriculture school, Mass Aggie as it would be called, wound up on the fertile soils of the Pioneer Valley. The first students were admitted in 1867. The first new demographic of students would be women, who began matriculating in ever larger numbers at the turn of the century. The central and northeast residential areas began to be constructed at this time to house this new student population. As the student population continued to grow in the first half of the 20th century, the school's name changed to the Massachusetts State College and then finally to the University of Massachusetts. Under the watchful eyes of university presidents John Paul Mather and John Lederle, the signing of the GI Bill and then the coming of age of the baby boomers caused student populations to soar. Faculty salaries doubled. These presidents moved closer to an autonomous institution, pushing away mandates to pass hiring decisions with the state legislature, and simultaneously achieving more financial stability. During this time, the campus as we know it emerged. The Student Union, the Fine Arts Center, the library, the campus center, and Bartlett Hall were all built by the time Lederle retired in 1970. Now, at the turn of another century, with aging structures, we are in another age of construction at UMass. But not all students feel the funding is being allocated evenly throughout the campus. I sat down with chairperson of the UMass Theater Guild, Joy Sylvie, to discuss a new student initiative on campus, What the Fact.
When we were sending out an email to professors and trying to get some faculty on board, I think we addressed ourselves as a collective. But I think movement is probably pretty appropriate now.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's wide enough support across different departments and groups for it to be considered a movement. It is a lack of classroom space, workshop space. People have to rehearse for scenes in hallways and stairwells. When you're trying to delve into that emotionally vulnerable place to act, or have a scene like a kissing scene or something, and you're rehearsing in a stairwell, this happens. Students are walking by and making comments at you. It's not appropriate for the kind of work that you're trying to do. The seeming disparity in funding or discrepancy in funding between the new science labs and the FAC, which is an aging structure. A lot of classrooms and practice spaces are underground, windowless, just not very well maintained, not necessarily very clean. Bathroom stall doors that are broken and have been broken for years and nobody's fixed them. So just a general lack of maintenance. This semester in particular, these issues are really fresh because the new Integrated Learning Center has just opened and the Life Science Laboratory opened just last year as well. So, you know, we're seeing more and more beautiful new buildings go up while we're still sort of stuck waiting on, you know, humanities and fine arts facilities. So I think that also is sort of an energizing force that makes this campaign feel maybe a little more relevant or important now. Yeah. So I do think that there is sort of this cultural imbalance that does favor the economic potential of, you know, science fields. I think that, you know, is reflected in government policies and funding. There is a lot of grant money available for the sciences. That's where a lot of funding for these beautiful new lab buildings at UMass has come from. Federal grants, you know, for different research programs, whatever. There aren't similar programs for the arts.